Buterevu oli ku Dream TV nkwaniriza mu kitundu kino ekyokubiri ekya programu eno The Uganda We Want. Tuli wamu ne Professor Venansius Balyamureeba gwe tuli okwogerezeganya wamu naye atusiigira ekifaananyi ekya Uganda gye twagala. Era kankubuuze gwe ali eyo atugoberera goberera programu eno ku mitimbagano gyaffe era namwe abasindika messages ku WhatsApp tubalaba tubalaba ne tubaddamu era n'abamu be mugamba nti twagala nabo tule Uganda gye baagala tugenda kubanga tubakutuusaako mu budde bwe balina. Naye tubuuza ekibuuzo nti enkola y'emirimu mu gavumenti n'obuvunaanyizibwa bwo bikuwa ekifaananyi kya Uganda gye twagala. Professor webale kunneeyungako mu kitundu kino ekyokubiri ekya programu eno The Uganda We Want. Tewali buzibu abatulaba osobola babuuzaako.
Nange mwena batulaba nabatuliriza mwena mbaramusiza ate mbagala nnyo ndi musanyifu gamna Uganda. You know, wherever I go, I tell people I'm Ugandan. Because this country has potential. The part of Africa. It's just at the stage of takeoff.
Wewa.
Takeoff stage.
Tugenda.
Wonna tugenda yo. Nobera kugenda ku moon. Era tugenda wonna tugenda yo. Kye tutuse.
Ekyo toli mu
take off.
Ekyo toli mu kuza.
Oyo bagambye. Now kichuwade. Igenda kuvayo mutaka. Kaseera kano.
FID yateekeddwako omukono.
Byonna. Na oyo naye vaayo. Byonna bigenda kwako omuliro. Ate bunange oyo bwevaayo mu mwaka 2025. 2025. Kati olowooza onaabadde afa ku oil. Mwaka the next year ngwave ku ntebe. Arabedu oil. For these years. I should be there at least for 5 years to see how things move. Munange. Sisi za oil nga nyingi munange. Zagala omuntu ana experience management. Kintu kyakabi kino.
Katutandike mpola. Gy'ontute tujja kutuukayo. Nga tutunuulira olugendo lwaffe oba ekirooto kyaffe nga Uganda. Kyemmanyi ebyera ogenda bizza. Nga tutunuulira ekirooto kyaffe nga Uganda. Kye tuyita Vision 2040. Weeyajjira abasinga balowooza nti eno campaign yakukyamusa bannayuganda. Nga tutunulira Vision 2040 gwe olowooza kiki ekikyatulemeseza okubaako embye tutuukako ekyokulabirako nga middle income status.
That was the key thing, middle income status. Twagamba tugenda kugifuna, we have been postponing it. But omanyi lwaki tugipostponinga?
Nedda.
One major issue wowe yogera ku middle income status tuyambisa kintu kimu. Togamba mu Uganda nga bali ari mu middle income status. Bali ari mu first world income status. Kitegera. No. Tugamba gwanga lyona tuluwa. Walabe kiyita income ye gwanga. The total income of Uganda you divide by the total population. Exceeding that figure, olinanga $1,200. Tugamba tuseyo. So ekyo kikutegeeza tuteekwa kulaba nga tulina quality population. Uganda tulina population is so dependent. Tulina abaana bangi, youth bangi nnyo.
Abavubuka.
Dependence bangi. Ate abangi tebali productive. So kyetaagisa. Ate kyendabye kirala. When you educate ladies, nobera mu musomero abakyala nobera mu musomero ulese for up to maybe the age of 25 tebazaala abaana bangi. But tubaleka mu musomero nga bali na myaka nga 10. By the time batuka ku myaka 18 alina abaana babiri. Mu myaka 25 ali abaana nga 7.
Talina kyakola okujjako kuzaala.
So babeera nga batali well educated. So njagala no mu makereza makanisa gafe wona sensitizing abantu. Manyi tulina aba conservatives. Bagamba don't use these birth control whatever methods
family planning methods but tubayigirize tugambe bera ne family yinza kumanaginga yinza kwereza nga quality of life abantu tufune population healthy reproductive. So mu Uganda gye twagala gwogamba nti tukendeza okuzaala
family size tumanaginga family size zaffe ofuni average abana nga 3 buru family without using family planning methods, but to educating abantu. Educating abulungi.
Abana basatu batono.
Si batono. Ngambi average. omuntu nganze njira abana babiri ate namara 2 daughters bora bange babiri bize bamara abatomorara ainda kuzara yo bana ukitegeera bo saka abange tuna average ya basatu
wetu tutambulira
atinze ibyo nabivako gama ngo mwara simwana nafuna babiri ngamba bawo so to educating abantu baberenga
endoza yabwe echuke mu bintu ebimu so ekyo kigenda tuyamba tuka mu middle income status
tufuna population reproductive twana abantu bari dependence banji abana banji butukora the how we compute you know uberisi yaba yegwanga ofuna total income ya Uganda no dividing na total population utire muna abana mu mwaka gumubona babera ba part of the population
nabo ino kubabala
ibona
okay
so babera manageable iri figure egenda bagoro ukiraba ate ne kirara tutekwa kuba productive
economically productive how can we
be productive private sector never strengthened so the private sector introduce public expenditure zigenda mbintu ebiyamba kurabanga economy yafe ekora ki egenda bagoro chikuru nyonyo omuntu boba turi agriculture tarenga muntu bakora this not wasted. That's when even smart agriculture comes in. Markets, creating markets for our products. Kurabanga import substitution. Ebintu bingi, ebintu producing am Uganda, do consuming. Instead kuberanga tugenda kubigura wero. At this time, why should somebody import the furniture from outside Uganda? You mean you can't make quality furniture wano mu Uganda? Quality beds wano mu Uganda? Ndiwe kutwara mu nyumba yange ne Jenazimba iyo mu cyaro Uganda. When the time comes when I die, that's what they'll bury me. Najizimba nganya mbisanga billion ngane wonka 1.3 billion shillings. But furniture yona iri mu nyumbe. Najigura abantu locally ya Uganda.
Wagano okusala border.
Najigura abantu locally ya Uganda. Ati furniture nungi. Chenagura kuva were. Yeri these Armenian whatever. Frames ni grass. Byukebyo. But nibi bafanicha minyumba nabigura on local
tuyina kugenda awo nga tukendeeza kubye tuyingiza
buy Uganda build Uganda. That's how we shall grow our own economy, because if we send all our money outside Uganda abana Uganda tubagenda kufuniramu the work. That's why I'm happy when it came to the oil sector bagambye contracts sente zo banarete zo $2.5 za dola, half of that ejja kubera abantu bana Uganda
enabera
chindo was kati jifude tuliye ko tutunguke ngaba na Uganda
waliwo kuchogera nteberemu naye
ne mugizonya ne tukikora nikiza kuberawo so
bayino kubera productive tulino kubera n'abantu abangi nga bali ba mugaso nga bali obulamu
tuteka creating emirimo omanyi omuntu wabanga tuteka kurizinga minimum wage without even setting it tulabonga abantu betuna mu Uganda basomye buri muntu wokoresa umwami million ngemu buri kwezi baraba kigenda kuyamba ekyo nyonyo karaba na Uganda bagenda baguru
nga atandikirwako omulimu gwakola gwonna million emu
kisoboka umwebo bo omuntu gwengeji ga productive instead of using 3 workers okoresa omu nako mu gwa abantu basatu n'umwa million emu
so simukozesa milimu gyonna bajja abantu nga bana nengo mu emitwala abiri
ningufuna no oba okora buri kimu okora interviews omanyi ku editinga omanyi ku whatever ukora imirimo y'abantu ngabana
malate nenzanya program
chicho
nibo nyongeza amusala kiba kikolao okay awe tuyino okugenda
telefone quality people n'omuntu oyo ayagala kubera mu kyaronga tubamukolesa yekolesa bwabari kukafamuke arabanga akolesa new technologies ku 1 acre instead kujja munga million emu aje mu million munga asatu productivity levels gende waguru umanyi omuntu sanga na acre yebicyori yakasori but sente zaje munga ntene nyonyo bwasta mu mani wa nebinte birarabi usanga productivity aje multiplies by 100% ane quality genze waguru ati we importing no obi exporting no bitwara Germany na wadara
so still kuchia productivity over being productive especially amongst our youth and our Ugandans to attributing era ku poor leadership
no abantu abangi tebalina skills abantu abangi tebasomye tebetegera kibagala kukola.
Ani alina bategeeza kye baagala okukola. Be balina okwetegeeza.
Tuyitira matendekero gaffe. So ekyo kibulemingi ku matendekero gaffe. Ngitulina ga primary ga secondary ga university. Teko kulaba nga abantu abayitira mu matendekero gaffe. Bavaamu nga balina kibetaaga kulaba nga babera productive. Nga developing egwanga.
We have nothing to blame the leaders.
Nogenda n'osoma n'ofuna bachelor's degree n'ogamba sirina mulimu. Omuntu nganze professor nengamba nze makerere nvudeyo. Ate mberawo ng'omuntu badabe ngandi ngundi puwa. Nga sivuga motoka nga ya milioni nga 8. Mbankola ki? Kyetaaga abantu ky'okulabirako. Datingu ori doctor ori professor oyekolesa aturi bulungi. Bwobanga toli bulungi abantu bajja kugamba lwaki nange nsoma. Kitegeera? So kiteeko kulabanga kyenyinga mindset y'abantu. Ngenda kwekolesa ati nja kubeerawo bulungi. Ate nkolese n'abalala.
Watyange embeera ayinza okuba nga alina obusobozi obuprofesa naye ate embeera eno gy'akolera.
Ate embeera lwakobeera profesa lwakobeera doctor lwakofuna masters. Masters bagamba omasterinze. Professayinga discipline yo. Bachelors bagamba akantu okategedde.
Okategedde
katambuze bulungi.
Obulamu busobola okutambulirawo.
Ate oyinza kamasteringa nga totuse tofune masters degree. Olaba abantu nga ba Patrick Bitatuli. Oyine bachelor's degree. But ebintu ebitegeera nabi mastering nabi doctoring. Kakati
with bachelor's.
Kakati bwoyogera naye otegera n'omuntu alina PhD. Kakati jatuse atayongerayo ojja kola omuntu ngoyo atarike ku professor nga tumite professor tumene title ya professor. Twogera ibintu bitegeere.
So kitandikire kunze is what you're trying to say kitandikire kunze nze asazewo okuyingira mu byamawulire asazewo okuyingira mu bya IT asazewo okuyingira mu byokusomesa
mu byobulimi mu byobulamu wonna kintu kiperfecting banange. Omanyi nze bwe nali nkulanga omwana owaffe eyo ebanda twana omusawo bamuyita Dr. Matu yali talina degree but omuntu yena yali agenda mu Banda hospital yali yagala kulaba Dr. Matu. Nubo utari mulwadde uba akwekikwa kyamazi ugende kango you are okay because twali tugamba yo muntu atendekedwe nyonyo ate amanyi kya kukora. Ntuleka ko ba doctor bali trained ntugenda ko ya tara doctor but tumita Dr. Matu ngatari na degree ya medicine nga bachelor of surgery. Kikuraga yali ategeera ki yali akora ngo muntu. So to mastering ekintu kyonna bwebera mu church or in charge of managing it. Don't keep the church with 100 people. Let it go to 10,000. Let it multiply to 100,000. Those are America. Why do you think those pastors are having jets? Because by multiply the numbers.
Kama yaba wasebo.
Ate bechirara bwebera pastor. Toberao no gamangu the ones who are poor are the blessed. No. You need to tell them to make money. When they make money, when they make money, inspire them. When they make money, and somebody is in a month getting 30 million, aja kuleka o million emu kukanisa.
Chiwebwayo tanabana kuwayo.
But you don't ask for 1 million when somebody is getting 500,000. Azijewa aguzerandi jashejalina. Inspiring abantu. Preach that message. Progressive message. Umuntu amayi munange bwinja wano mu kanisa. By the time I finish my 1 hour or 2 hours, I will leave with a message which will make me prosperous. To add value to me. Yes.
Ntingeze mu katale oba marketplace oba whatever nenga byenjize mu 2 hours oba mu 1 hour bigenda kumfula high flyer.
That's why you come also and even contribute because you're not just coming to listen wakugambe Jesus bamuzaramu this thing of that he was very poor. Yes. But he didn't leave us poor. He took our sins and everything. So don't say we are going to be like Jesus. That's no.
Message ekyusiwe kati ebe ya mazima. Obugaga bujja kujja okoze. Tebujja kugwa bugwi. Okay.
What do you think our churches, traditional churches, the Catholic Church, Protestant Church, have hospitals, have schools, and others even have banks?
Yeah.
Why don't they leave those things?
And buildings.
It's not just about service. It's also about wealth creation. We're creating a wealth As you lead people, show them why they should head. So we should be preaching to our congregations to have banks, to have businesses, but we also preach to them how to manage those businesses. Or you preaching from the perspective of the Bible. But Chichi, can you tell me, you look at Abraham, look at David, look at Joshua, all those great leaders in the Bible. Show me one of them who was poor. Ojuka bari na gold, gold, even animals, millions. Who was poor? Why should you have leaders of the church today who are poor? And you think you are preaching to people? Preaching them what?
So, but to cow or middle income.
These are the role models. Baberemu church, baberemu businesses, baberemu masomero. You should not say I'm a leader and you claim you are poor. No. If you are head of the family, I'm heading a family. No, you are taking them to Gehenna.
Okay.
So let's be developmental.
Yeah. So betuva necho kitegeeza nti middle income status tugenda girengiriza.
For now, I think Uganda, when we put our acts together, 2022 now, by 2030 just middle income status. If you turn to kuterira, nsebere mitabe tunude batade mutochi. Fe tugenda kukora naye. Ngaba na Uganda bo na president mwena mu supporting. O manyiru wachi tugamba buri muntu yena mu family yo jona joli. Sabera president we gwanga. It's because you're not praying for Museveni, you're praying for the president of the country who's going to take it to another level. Chitubera tugerako. Individual muveko. Sabera president. Oyagala Bobi Wine besi jebona bona basabira president we gwanga. Kora banga atutwara mu maso. No mara anakomawo atandikirawo.
Obato wagidda aliko.
But musabire because aliko. Atware gwanga mu maso. Na bonaja unatandikirawo.
Nti bw'onajjanga alina ebirungi byakoze tojja kumenyeka nnyo. Ate kubanga Libya.
Omuntu wabazimba nga hoteli ngeno. Ate no tom supporting. Later on ojja kutekinga over that hotel. Unasanga wochi.
Tewali. Wewa professor. Togedde ku lugendo wetusobola okutuuka ku middle income status. Tutunulire kati Uganda gyoyagala kuba mu 2016 ebyobufuzi bya wano walaga nti obyagala era n'obiyingiramu ne weesimbawo kuba president.
Bino Uganda wenna ayagala ebyobufuzi by'eggwanga.
Bwe biri n'okuba. Ebyobufuzi byaffe bwe biri n'okuba.
Omanyi bw'oba otunula eggwanga mawanga gali unique. No, toyinza kugamba Uganda eberenga America. Uganda obeberenga Germany wa UK. So teka kutunula ku Uganda tugambe Uganda yaffe ni gye tulina. Twagala eberenga role model ya Uganda eri which country?
Uganda yegomba gwanga ki?
Uraba Uganda. Should Uganda be like Cuba? Should we look at Castro as our role model in Uganda? Should Uganda be like China? Tunule ku president wa China, ba president wa China ngawa role models. Should Uganda be like Singapore? Should Uganda be like now South Africa? Or even Tanzania, our neighbors here? Manyi chebali na chintu chiri in common. Bali na dominant party. Bade mbuyinza kumara kisera ebanga lingi nyonyo. Tunula ku Singapore tugamba kuya developing nyo in first world. But you know party emu kuva myaka 15 eyo kutuka kasera kano. Ati the first guy yabera okumara emyaka 27 buyavaawo nasa ko muntu marara mpate na twali bintu maso
yafuna ali mu pate
nagamba twala kintu maso siza kugamba mpate gwani gwa ani gwe yaja whom he picked from that party to take over, but you know him, you check. Who is that? That one was his son. Kandi bugenda mu China
assistant
oraba mao wa China yakora namara nateka. Look at paka mu South Korea. Bad developing amawanga gabwe. Kakati mu Uganda twafuna ko instability for a long time. Nze kyendaba kitwetaaga mu Uganda kaseera kano. Olabe Bobi Wine abadde avude.
Okutuwa Uganda gye twagala.
Tuwa Uganda gye twagala. Tetuva ku mulamwa. Let us let NRM. Yeneruko. Yena weaknesses. Yena strength. Let us leave NRM to be in charge for another 36 years or more. Yakanga atatu mukaga. Kuno. Ibirewo tulabe kyeyinza kukola because omanyi
kikyegenda okukola mu myaka 3 mu mukaaga ejja kyetakoze emyaka 3
n'abantu bangi ina great leaders bangi so Museveni ajja kutuuka kaseera n'avaako n'omulala agenda kujjako mu myaka 3 mu mukaaga kuva kaseera kano ajja kufuna yaba wa president abalala nga babiri oba basatu
nga bavudde mu party
bavudde mu party so abo bona bajja kujja ne new perspective ne new thinking ne wewe buntu bakola ebintu so but NRM gyetuuse kebere mu buyinza hata kankubule tunula ku nupu bwe nayingira olabye babugera ku nupu kaseera kano abantu benyini bagamba iyo family party manya bagamba Bobi Wine ne secretary general bayita Rubongoya be party now abalala bona nze nyogedeko na MPs banupu mu parliament weekend baka tutubade ngu mu open place mugamba nange genda bitiye no gamba
family thing
chatu yamba ntingira mu parliament bate bintu bizuweyo FDC besi yaliyo ojukira abantu bamudukako ate yara yabije mu UPC wana ne bamudukako ne bagenda bagamba umusajja ibyapate mu mulemye batena raye umuntu no bwagenda bamuyita nakomawo ba NRM so Museveni has been accommodative as a president. Now he may have his weaknesses but I think he has shown leadership and we need to build on that. Even no Bible to other great leaders. Omanyi why Moses is handing over to Joshua? He had reached his mark, but Joshua had to take it to the next level. But they never chased away Moses. So,
Uganda gyoyagala mu byobufuzi. Oyagala NRM. NRM yake emirala. Asatu mukaaga. At the very minimum. Uganda jakwe tuse gyeyagala kutuuka. Omanyi NRM now, in structures all over the country. About Museveni when he wanted to be president, they never voted for him. Or Jukaram 1980, people thought he was not popular. He came through the gun. Now we liked him and started voting for him. He has built a party, a movement, which all Museveni Uganda knows is in charge of this country. Over security, over whatever. How weaknesses? Economy have to grow at the rate we want. Personally, I don't like this bloated public service. Public service should not be the source of employment. Public expense is so high. These structures of so many MPs, I don't like them. But that's what you are advocating for if you say...
No, what I'm saying... No, NRM is going to reform itself along the way. It's like a snake. When you get that skin, finally you shed it off. So some of that is going to be shedded off. But it is better than any other party you can see in this country. UPC is dead, DP is dead, FDC is now going to deathbed. NUP had come up. So for me, let's not waste time. Uganda could easily transform into one party state like China. And we move. I'm not talking about the dictatorship. In Tanzania, Chama Mapinduzi is going to be there for another 100 years from today. They have put their act together. South Africa, ANC, was almost going to lose power under Zuma, but Zuma and Wamujako. So things are changing. And some of these countries that have one party, dominant party, have developed. And when I look at Uganda, that's the mode it has to adopt. But we took in countries in America, whatever. America, I think it has a two-party system. But what?
You may think.
The Americans, for them, they are controlling. When they feel that these Republicans have, they all stand for something. They say it's bringing democrats, socialists, but changing them into social welfare improving. They keep changing them. They alternate them. They know the Americans are smart. So it's like a one-party system. Nobody in UK but two parties. But about a new party, some things are not working well. Take away, but it's one party. They change faces.
Uganda tusobola kuba nacho because when you talk of Uganda, there is NRM and multiple.
But which one? You
political parties.
It's Uganda chiganye. If opposition was able, like when Bobi Wine took over Uganda in this election, if you had Mao taking over northern Uganda, you had Mafabi as the candidate taking over eastern, you had another one like Kizabesh Jorumugishamu taking over part of western. You get it? So that we have these guys in opposition who are in charge of regions. Now, when they're in charge of regions, then they give up their what? Their grid. We can even say, if Uganda has 5 regions, we have 5 strong opposition candidates across Uganda. Pick one of you to be the president. Let us have 4 vice presidents for that session. National unity. 4. So that each one of them is not losing out. But one of you should be president. You can actually come into power. But that opportunity went and will never come back. So now, let's focus on NRM. To reform it from within. There may be things that are not okay. Yes, let us make our contribution. But it is what is going to take us to the promised land. We may not get the promised land when Museveni is still president, but we shall get there. Like Moses did his part. But Museveni still has some time. 2026 is going to be there.
Bili abiri mukaga
kama. Jari.
Professor.
Kamazi.
Nidana.
Me oil. Oil akugambe genda for. Omanyi oil bakugambe ja kuvayo 2025. 2026 tukubaka ruru.
Uganda jo yagala. Uganda jo yagala.
Kankubulire. If you look at the Catholic Church where I come from, and I'm proud of that church.
The same to me.
For me, I'm more of a born again Christian than a Catholic. So, I believe. And you look at the Pope. Pope dies in office. Pope does not leave office. It's only when you decide to resign on your own. But Pope has a lot of powers. But the Pope relies on the bishops who are in charge of the... The bishops, they retire at 75. So what Museveni needs to do, he should not have many ministers above the age of 75 to help him run the country better. Abirenga Pope, Igwanga ritambule. Get him Saimito. Yes. That's why you see the Queen of England. She does not retire. Because she leaves the other part to the Prime Minister, the cabinet that is energetic.
Nanti offices are different.
Which one?
Eri kateri po papa, omulaba jari ali mu bya dini mu byachi. Ono tali mu bya dini.
Don't you know that the church is political? Go and read about the church and the state. Genda mu America, Joe Biden ana myaka meka. Much older than Museveni. No, much older than Museveni. He's in power. And if he was doing well with a good cabinet, he was going to come back for another term, but he won't make it. That one I can tell you. He won't make it.
Biden?
He won't. Things are not on his whatever. And Trump is coming back as a Republican candidate. So, now, you don't know who will be president. Either Trump or the person who will come in out of the Democratic Party. But the Democratic Party will ask Biden to step down. After 4 years, he will not continue.
Naye mukulu ekintu ali mu kivuga.
But you know bwovuga ekintu kyetaaga smart whatever. I didn't think he put his cabinet right. And I didn't think he delegated well. Because we have gotten, as old as he is, we have gotten a good vice president whom we delegate to run the country, and he just sits and takes his coffee in White House. But he's still in charge and he's not doing well. But what I'm saying is, go around the world. We have great leaders in their 80s. I'm not saying President Museveni should continue to 85, 90 and so on. No, what I'm saying is, he will decide. Leaders like him, they decide when to go. He's a revolutionary. He will decide on when to leave the stage. But he leaves Uganda in a better state and with good leadership from NRM. Yes. That's what he will do. And it will happen.
Your party.
Leadership comes from God. So God works with the president to ensure that you leave the country in a better state. So God is in charge. But Museveni is in charge of this country. But God is in charge. So they will work together.
He's in charge of this country through who? Because there is a difference of kuba in charge of the country in your own might.
You leadership comes from above. So when you are working with God, then God is in charge overall. And God will work with Museveni, President Museveni, to ensure this country, he leave it in a better state.
Opposition yo mu Uganda je twagala eyo ojutadde eri.
No, let me tell you. Opposition is needed. It is a voice. It brings out accountability. But you have to know that people can make noise, fine. But looking at all these parties that have come up, I don't see a party that even if we gave it power in 2022, this year, that can take us anywhere. I'm trying to look at Chagulanyi's cabinet, for example. Let us say what happens. No, say, yes, have a cabinet.
Together.
I don't say cabinet. This country would be in trouble. In real trouble.
Mao, DP.
Mao was a very good president. And Mao, you see, this is what we call strategic thinking and strategic alignment. If Mao had remained in parliament, he would still be there even up to now. He left parliament and went to become a RC5 chairperson. Now, one advice I can give Mao right now, he's still useful. Let him cross NRM. Let him cross NRM. he will be something and he will contribute to this country. Whatever better come.
If it was Professor. So
you see, a brother like me, I realized actually there's no position. I got NRM, but to just do my own things. And I'm doing well. And I'm okay. You get it? Because me, I'm not like stubborn or whatever. I'm educated. Well educated. When I say have time, even a company in America will want to work with me and pay me well. Not as an employee, but as a consultant. All I have to do is sign a non-disclosure agreement and get my money, good money. If there is work in Mauritius and the company has won a tender, they want an African person who can do something with them. They just check in there, whatever, say, I think that Professor Balya can do. And why they look for me? From 2007, I was declared the top ICT academic in Africa. Not because they want to declare, but they looked at what I have. And I thank God, I thank my parents for having given me this kind of gene to be who I am.
Naye kiraga nti kati gwe abantu bakasuseeri gwe kwefaako.
Kwefaako bani.
Tine bogamba okucrossinga kati wadde ogamba.
No, what I'm saying, Mao is still politically active. So the thing is, does he want to go and run a law firm? He can run a law firm. But if he needs good money, let him join NRM. He will not be less than a minister. And he will contribute. But while he is in DP, he can reach his 70s, DP will never capture power again. It won't. UPC the same thing. It won't capture power. Now, you have to look at the hope. Now, Auntie.
There's also Auntie, General Mugisha Muntu.
I told him before even the election, I said, Negamba, Auntie is a dead party. And if Auntie, after these elections, if Mugisha Muntu had handed over to that lady from Kasese,
Winnie Kiza, in the next election, Nup would have captured like 10% of the vote. Should have energized it. But he remained there, like Amriyat, he remained on top. If this is gone, Auntie is gone. So we are just, and you know, that's the problem of having individuals in charge of parties. Yeah.
It's very, very dangerous. And that's what I'm saying. Now, NRM, Museveni is an individual in charge of the party. But NRM has become bigger. It's a mass party. So even when he's not there, the shock won't be much. You get it? The only thing you can expect in the worst case scenario is it to divide into two parties. But still, one of them will be stronger to still take over power than any other opposition party. Because all these opposition parties have failed to go beyond the region. Nope, is in Uganda. Kizza Besigye with FDC, he had wanted to be in Western, in Northern, Eastern. Remember, he was winning votes, even in Uganda. But he failed at keeping everybody on the board, on board the ship. Now, FDC is not in Western, is not in Central, is not anywhere. You're only having a few MPs scattered.
Well, as we are about to sign out, how can we have that strong opposition? You talked about that we need a strong opposition, but now in Uganda we don't. How can we have a strong opposition?
The strong opposition is there. What we need is Banabantu which are independent MPs. Nabarabali more political parties. They need to be united to work together from a common perspective. So they become the opposition. But when you come an independent and you are looking, I want to eat in NRM, then you not play that role. Independents are supposed to have an independent mind. Speak your mind. I was at Makera, was a dean, I was a professor. I wanted to grow through the ranks, but I had an independent mind. And if I wanted to change my mind, you had to convince me. Whether you are VC would talk, and I would tell you this, I don't agree with it. And I will oppose it the last of the very last breath. I will oppose it as long as I don't believe in it. That's what it means to be independent. So even now, when I talk about NRM, we need the people within NRM who can advise President Museveni independently. They can tell me this doesn't work. Like I've told you, I don't believe in this thing of huge public expenditure. You get it? I have to tell him that I don't believe in it. It can't help us. I don't believe in big families to help us grow as a country. Who can say we need the population? No. But you see, you should disagree in the principle. Which together, have issues you disagree on.
It doesn't mean you can't
if he buys your issues, fine. If he doesn't, it's okay. But don't be this yes sir, yes sir. No, typical area. Kakati wagara opposition or independent MPs to play that role. Because already at lower levels, if you go to LOC1, LOC2, LOC5, across the country, it's just NRM. So we need to do this check at national level. And it is there because we have a good number of MPs who are independents, who are also in opposition. They emerge, they create that voice.
Wow. Thank you so much, Professor Venansius Balyamureeba. Today in the show, we've had...
what it means.
You want
they
to
will
tell
see him. You know what that one means?
You can let me know.
They will see him.
They will see
we belong to that category of people who will see far know what is happening tomorrow. So when I tell you that Uganda is going to be a better Uganda,
the name is prophetic.
I see it. I see it. I see it's a better Uganda. I see all the indications that we are headed there.
When NRM is leading the country for another 36 years. Wow. Well, today in the show, we've had two independent minds sharing out, sharing on the Uganda we want. We are very grateful to have you on the show, the Uganda we want, Professor. Batulaba, tukiriza nti owulidde ekibuuzo kyange kyekiri sikyerabira enkola y'emirimu mu government n'obuvunaanyizibwa bwo bikuwa ekifaananyi kya Uganda gye twagala. Bwe nsukka wano nja kuba nfuuse dependent eri obudde. Kambere independent to signing out. Mweraba.